Central, Town Hall, William Key.
Hey guys, Justin here. I am in Liverpool right now and on board a T3 service. Right now is actually because of T3 having shut down in the Bankstown Line section. So that's why they have completely changed the path to run along the T2 path. So that's why this is the only unique section that we need to manage, that we need to deal with. I mean, up to Regent's Park. But I will later on do the T6, then I'll do the train replacement bus. So, before it runs like this, and one of the terminus for the T3 is Lidcombe and Liverpool. These two are terminus for the T3 services, but right now it's just T3 going to Liverpool. That's the only terminus, with T6 going to Bankstown. I don't know why they need to do T6 going to Bankstown. They can just change this and actually just name this as a T3 and they just continue from there. But I guess they're gonna make a new line, but that's okay. I guess they just want to make it short shuttles between here instead of actually going all the way through. Because this frequency absolutely sucks right here for this T3 because it's just that small section. 30 minutes per bus. Are you bullshitting me? I mean, no bus. 30 minutes per train for this section. What the hell? Want a B set here. We'll take all the stations there to Lidcombe. Yes, there will be a duplicated section when I go to do T6 later on, but that's okay. So I mean, here is actually also the same section as the T2 that we did last time, but we're going the other way, so why not just do it? Okay, so this section should be hopefully short and maybe around 20 minutes, hopefully. A lot of buses outside. There's all the double deck on the T80 again.
Next stop, Warwick Farm.
Yes, T3 practically doesn't have really unique sections anymore. It's just a small section in the middle there that's not the same as the T2. And after that, it's basically stopping the exact same stop as the T2. Okay, between that section. As unlimited stops, that's going to skip things. While the Parramatta services will still serve all of the stops along the way. For the T2. We're almost done with everything. We still have T4, which I'm going to do tomorrow before the strike starts at night time. Which is going to be really annoying. Hopefully they actually overthrow that, because before they actually ask the government to allow 24-hour services when there are I think there's a concert coming up, so that's why they want 24-hour services. But the government decided to, I think that's how it is. They say no to the 24-hour train services. So that's why right now, that's why ended off Sydney train just goes, screw that. If you say no to 24-hour services, let's just do absolutely zero services instead. So that's why they're gonna do 0 services for 4 days. Warwick Farm. We're gonna cut as many as I can because try to actually keep the videos as short as possible. We're probably going to get people boarding here. Actually, no, this is actually a T3 services. It's the T3 service, so there might not be as many people board. So let's just see it.
This station is Warwick Farm.
Bro.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Next stop, Cabramatta. I don't know whether they're gonna say actually change there for the T2 city services. But I don't think so, because all these stations are the same as the T2, so. They actually for real did that. Wow. And also when they say T5 go to Richmond, it doesn't really go to Richmond in the middle of the day. This train will stop at Cabramatta. Change at Cabramatta for T2 City and T5 Richmond services.
This train will stop at Cabramatta.
Oh, it doesn't say that. What the hell?
Change at
Oh, yeah.
Cabramatta for T2 City and T5 Richmond services.
That's like a newly recorded one, isn't it? It sounds pretty weird. This stop might have more people though. Yeah, definitely has more. Because it also goes to the city, so if people are just going to the city, you can just take. No point of not. It's the same thing.
Is Cabramatta.
It's literally the same thing. It's not even joking. If you don't care about those middle stops, afterwards, after Lidcombe is the exact same as the T2. So, plus it actually does the exact same thing after finishing T2 or T3. It would still do the city circle and then goes to Revesby or MacArthur after that on the T8. So. Now battery is not an issue for this phone, so. Alright, next is the unique sections for T3, which before we will run along the metro part of metro path as well, but right now it is closed off with buses replacing, so. Next stop, Carramar. Yep, here's the split off. And we go this way. Now I want to say is the map is actually really realistic, I want to say. Because when it actually turns, they draw it actually turning right. It is turning right. It's not like Perth's map. Because if you think about the Perth map, both the Mandurah line and the Yanchep line are all pointing at the exact same direction. They're literally both pointing at the exact same direction, but they don't go the exact same direction. They literally go on the opposite direction. Hopefully this is not a very long section. Now I can also end the video in Regent's Park, but why not just go up to Lidcombe as well? City trains are definitely not as efficient as I thought it was going to be, because I thought it was going to be actually having a lot of limited stops sections, but no, limited stop sections is like that one small section limited stops and everything is all stops, like, ugh.
This train will stop at Carramar.
Set 16 here for this B set.
Please mind the gap when getting on or off the train.
Is it? Oh, it's this side. Okay. Switch directions. I bet these stations doesn't have too many people. It is 30 minutes per train.
This station is Caramel.
Wow, that took so long to depart there. Oh my gosh. Next stop, Villawood.
Next stop, Liverpool. This train will stop at Liverpool. This station is Liverpool.
And here we go. Someone's boarded though, so it might move actually. Hang on, just can't move.
Next stop, Leightonfield.
Wow, this
train
Windows
will stop
is
at
so
Leightonfield.
garbage.
Please keep your personal belongings with you at all times. If you see unattended baggage, please do not touch it, but notify staff immediately. Thank you.
I went to the lower deck now because there's a person up there. Now earlier on she said, does this goes to Bankstown? No, there's no trains going to Bankstown directly from here. You have to change to the T6. Jesus Christ, can she like lower her voice down? Jesus Louise. But this window's unacceptably bad. It's just like the freaking M trains in Hong Kong, the windows. Next is the last stop before it actually binds with, no, it's actually the Sefton as well, damn it.
If you feel
And as will be Regent's Park.
don't risk staying on the train. Staff at the next station can get you help. This train will stop at Chester Hill.
Okay, at least these sections are pretty close by. They're short. Chester Hill, over that way. Next stop, Sefton. You see, that's why I said this window sucks.
Next stop, Sefton.
Hopefully it's another short section, then we can go on to the T6 common section. Later on we'll film the T6 back down.
This train will stop at Sefton.
Yep, most of these are pretty short. Fortunate stopping at all stations, making it really slow though. Like when it's actually 30 minutes per train, why not just add in a 50 minutes per interval, but make one of them limited stops express through all, some of these. Considering it's like 15 minutes ahead of this, for sure it should have already ran ahead, way ahead already. So for sure the limited stops can just run the same track and just get back up there. Alright, next is Regent's Park, which is where you change to T6 for Bankstown.
I'll go first. Actually, I want half less time to settle in the fact that it was. I wasn't dreading it. I want this. Like, I think regardless of the I can take it off my pocket.
Next stop, Regent's Park.
Should have never given no about that. I think it was suitable.
This train will stop at Regent's Park.
Not really wear it. Probably should wear it.
Where's the change to T6 announcements? There it is. Oh, by the manual announcement.
At Regent's Park for services to Bankstown. Thank you.
What the hell is that? Why there's no real announcement saying that? And there's the Bankstown service over there. On time. There's the Bankstown service. It's actually lined up perfectly. That's a 4-car right there. M set, so clearly it's for T6.
This station is Regent's Park.
Yep, there's the T6. That's very clear because it's mostly using M sets, and usually they just run 4 cars for that one. That's so many people though. Why is running 4 cars? It is 50 minutes though for that one, so that's good. Yes, T6 is 15 minutes per train instead of like the stupid T3. Terrible. I know it's just a common section of the T6 now. Go back up to Lidcombe and then we'll go to City for this guy. And that's most of the trains finished. I still have the Sydney Harbour Bridge section, so I need to film that tonight. Because it actually doesn't the sun doesn't set that early, so that's why I can still actually go up and film it before sunset, and I will do my dinner. But it's going to be rush hour, so unfortunately. Like one half of the line later on will not be rush hours, but the other half of the line will be rush hours, so it's gotta be bad, but Just make some random noise. I'm feeling better now, I'm not too tired.
This train will
You stop at Waratah. I still need to buy fruits, amount of fruits, so I still need to figure out actually where to buy fruits. I might just skip one day, no fruits today. I might just buy fruits tomorrow because tomorrow we'll be finishing the filmings quite early. And hopefully no delays before the strike starts. I don't really mind the strike.
This station
Yes,
is
I'm almost done.
Waratah.
Waratah, by the way. And next station is Lidcombe. Change at Lidcombe for T1 Richmond and Western services. And also express to the city if you want. For the T1 services, because they will run all the way through instead of actually stopping at the stops that this guy is going to stop. Next stop, Lidcombe.
Next
Oh, also
stop,
missed the change to Olympic Park, but there are no Olympic Park services today because it is actually closed off the line, so it's replaced by buses today. Which I don't know the number for that route. Maybe 11T7. I don't know.
Good morning, everyone. Our next stop will be Lidcombe. Please change at Lidcombe for T1 Western and City, T2 City Inner West and Leppington services, and also for T7 Olympic Park service. Our next stop will be Lidcombe. Thank you.
Bro. T7 is not operating today and it still actually says T7 change please. No, it is replaced by buses today for Olympic Park. Like bruh. It's a cool section to go down to Lidcombe though. Earlier on I actually forgot to actually feature that not used track anymore before we enter Regent's Park, because there's actually a path that links from the T6 path straight to the T3 path, which is the old T3 path before the shutdown because they run that way. And then it usually terminates here at Lidcombe, but from the city actually, it's not from down there. From down there you actually need to change, but right now you don't need to change if you're actually traveling between Liverpool and Lidcombe. Before you need to change, but not now. Which makes it a little bit cool. Oh boy, but this is so slow. Is it waiting for clearing platforms? Because it is shared by T2. Yeah, but it is turning down now. And we will later on hop on to a T6 service. Oh, this is really slow turn. What the hell? What are these speed limits? What the hell is this? Oh my gosh, it's complete stopping too. Oh my gosh, that's one of the worst stop ever. 4 minutes got stuck right there because of a signal. Where's the line for the other tracks? I saw some of the trains earlier on and fuck this kid back here. Gosh, luckily I'm getting off. There's the other side. Yep. What's that track? I guess maybe for some of the straight through stuff going over that way? I don't recall anything that actually goes over there though. And we're coming straight into Lidcombe here, binding with the main track, and it will goes to Inner West.
This train will stop at Lidcombe.
And arriving at Lidcombe. There's the T6 service. Is it cross platform? No, it's stopping right here. There is an M set over there though. So, what are any? Oh, they're getting off as well. Fudge. But let's see actually how they're saying replacement for T7.
At Lidcombe for T1 City, Western, Richmond, T2 City, first stop,
And here we are at Lidcombe, train departing.
Burwood, Ashfield, Newtown, Lidcombe,
There that goes.
Town
Let's send it out. And we'll take the T6 after that, which I hope it stays there for a little while. That's just another T3 just left there on an M set. And that's that by Strathfield on the Desto. And that's the T3 unique section complete. And it was just going to run as the T2, which is also the same path as the T1/T9 that I will be filming later on. So that's why, wait for that to come out, and I will see you guys next time. Click on these videos up top, and remember to like and subscribe. Check out the links in the description, and peace.